Brittany McKinney, I'm Chucky Kemp. Thank you for joining us. And here comes the first pitch from Lemley. Kelleher watches it on the outside corner. That's big for Lemley, right? She has to stay ahead.
Yeah, sometimes she gets too careful going against hitters early in the count and trying to just get the corner, and then she falls behind, and then that's when she leaves the ball over the plate. So working ahead is going to be something key to look for with Lemley today.
Kelleher hits it hard right side. Nice job at second there by Cam Fagan. And she makes the play, out number one. Cam Fagan having a fantastic season. Junior out of Florida. 6-game hit streak entering the regional, but a tremendous second baseman as well. Emma Lemley told us she's probably her biggest encourager out there on the defensive side of the ball. Here is Kayla Ronson.
So Lemley right there elevating, showing her rise ball early in the count. If Boston University and Ronson can lay off that pitch, it's easier said than done, but they'll give them a better chance to get to Lemley.
Ronson watches that one, strike one. Back-to-back Patriot League Player of the Year nods for her. Third in the nation with 88 hits. They have 3 players, those 3 we've talked about, all with 70-plus hits on the season. Off the end of the bat, spinning to shortstop, Castine gets Ronson by a half step.
Lemley able to go in on the hands of Kayla Ronson and just saw her off. That's a jam shot. But we were talking to Coach Walters about their preparation for this week, and she said the game's going to be faster than what we've been experiencing over the past couple weeks in the Patriot League, so they really are focusing on speeding up. May take them a couple at bats to get used to the speed.
Now Caitlin Coker, the third baseman. Big swing right there through that pitch from Lemley. Coker, what a story she is. She has a Player of the Year award in the conference as well back in 2021. She was the Defensive Player of the Year in the Patriot League this year, and she is a really impressive young woman, not just on the field, but in the classroom. It's this one hard in the air, but shallow center field. Bree Peck is under it and makes the play. 1-2-3 for Emma Lemley. Looking good. Top of the first to kick off the regional. Just 7 pitches for the superstar sophomore. Alone with 11 home runs, and then Addie Green, she's been hot.
And they're so good at taking advantage of mistakes. So you can't leave the ball over the plate, can't leave it elevated. Every pitch they're looking to drive, and they've found success all year long.
They get put through the ringer a little bit in practices from their head coach, Pete Demore. Said he'll jack up the pitching machine to some pretty high speeds for them, so everything else looks a little bit slow once they get into real game action.
And that's nice as a hitter, even on defense and as a pitcher. If you're practicing at a harder level than that you're going to play, it slows the game down, and things, you see the ball better, things are a little bit more simple.
Number 1 home run hitting team in the nation this season, Virginia Tech at 97. You see Georgia, our host, they're tied with Boise State for 4th. Here's a bunt. Boaz fields it, throws it down the right field line, and it's extra bases for Kelsey Brown, who's into second on the errant throw.
Kelsey Brown not wasting any time. We're just talking about all the power, but Kelsey Brown at the top of the lineup uses her speed. I think she caught the defense on their heels, drops a bunt, and a Terrier team that's really clean on defense makes a mistake early in the game.
It's a single for Brown, and then advances on the error on Boaz. And here is Cameron Fagan. Hits in 6 straight, entering the regional. 2 home runs, 6 RBIs over that span. A runner in scoring position early for her in this lefty-lefty matchup. Boaz just misses on the outside corner. If you're Boston University entering this regional, we saw them yesterday. What has to happen in this first game for them to have success?
They've got to keep the ball in the park, and that's a tough task, and they have to play clean defense. Already an error early in this game, getting some nerves out. They seemed pretty calm yesterday and ready to play, but, you know, you get in the big stage, it's postseason. You know, it takes an inning or two to settle in.
What changes mindset-wise as a player? Is it hard to not pay attention to the fact that you're always going to be minimum 2 games away from your season being over?
Yeah, especially as an upperclassman. You know, this is your chance to keep your season alive, live to play another day. But you really have to focus on the current game, 1 pitch at a time, especially this time of year.
Two from Boaz. Fagan fights that one off. There is the head coach, Ashley Waters, her 8th season. She is 1 win shy of matching Sean Rychek for the all-time wins leader at Boston University, and what a weekend it would be if she were to break that here in Athens. Non-stop, it seems. She's the coach of the year in the Patriot League for the 3rd straight season, 4th overall. That ball was a little bit awkward to Kelleher, but she adjusted nicely in center field for the first out.
Boaz in that at-bat threw 4 changeups. That was the first one that Fagan swung at. She timed it up well, hit a line drive to center field, but Kelleher out there to make the grab for the first out.
Now Addie Green, the right fielder for Virginia Tech, junior from Virginia. She has been hot lately, 8-game hitting streak entering the regional, 7 runs scored over those 8 games. First pitch outside from Boaz.
The amount of changeups that Boaz thrown already in this game, if I'm Virginia Tech, I'm picking one speed. I'm either going to sit on the changeup or I'm going to look for hard and away. Nothing in between. You know you're going to see both in your at-bat.
Great spot right there with that off speed.
Yeah, and if you're sitting change, that location right there, there's not much you can do with that. If she can live there, that's going to be a tough pitch to hit.
There's the defense behind Boaz, Coker, and Ronson over on the left side. Depies and Amodio at second and first. Talented outfield, Pryor, Kelleher, and Net across from left to right. Audrey Sellers behind the plate has caught every pitch this season for the Terriers. Green back as a regular starter this year. Made 44 starts as a freshman back in 2021. Hit right side, fielded by Amodio, and Boaz is 1 out away from getting out of a little bit of a jam here in the first inning.
Yeah, I tell you, if they can escape without getting a run here after the first pitch of the inning ended up being a bunt for a hit and then an error leading to a runner starting at second base in the top of this Virginia Tech lineup, that's a win for Boston University.
BU is really in some ways a standalone in this regional because all the other teams have some serious power. North Carolina Central led the MEAC in home runs this season, and Georgia and Virginia Tech did the same in their respective conferences. See Jamie Bailey get her first trip to the plate. Senior out of West Virginia. Ground ball left side. Coker has it, and they do get out of it. After a leadoff single by Kelsey Brown, she got to second on the air. They strand her. And you mentioned that, and they're talking about the one time she's been called. Cam Fagan said, oh no, like PTSD from last year. No, please. Very lighthearted, said if she can get through all the illegal pitches and everything last year, she can fight through the home runs that have been a little bit of an issue this season. But a great start for her against Boston University. She'll see 4, 5, 6 here in the second. Emily Gant to lead things off for the Terriers. And a half-hearted swing there for strike one.
Yeah, Limley took a little bit of speed off that pitch. When she's coming high in the zone, upper 60s, that ball down, takes a little bit off of it. Hard to time up.
Big cut there up in the zone. 1-2. Boston University 0-3 all time against Virginia Tech. They have never won the first game of a regional. They've made it to the finals before, but have never won the first one. Swing and a miss. Lemley gets the strikeout, her first of the day.
And that's a tricky pitch coming from Emma Lemley. That looks like her rise ball you would expect in the upper 60s, but it's coming in around 60, 62 and elevating through the zone. As a hitter, if you're trying to be on time and she pulls a string, great pitch by Emma Lemley for the first strikeout of the inning.
It's number 269 on the season. This is hit well into center field, but right at Bree Peck, and there's 2 away. It's Lauren Nett retired on 1 pitch. Lemley in the circle, and you actually said this to her yesterday, kind of the intensity that she shows. Like, I wasn't sure, but she was super lighthearted when we talked to her. Actually admitted that she is a karaoke fan. She likes to sing.
I was really impressed with her go-to karaoke song. Was it Whitney Houston that she goes to? I mean, you've got to have some lungs and some confidence to try Whitney Houston during karaoke night.
Yeah, I Have Nothing by Whitney Houston. That is courageous.
Yes.
You got to have that attitude as a pitcher, though, right? You've worked with plenty of great pitchers. You got to have that confidence.
Oh yeah, that's a staple of a great pitcher. They can do anything. And you just have to be there and cheer them along.
Yeah. Brooke Depies, 1-1 count. Big cut there, and Lemley looks good so far. 65 on the gun that time.
And she's working efficiently too, staying ahead, not trying to get too fancy, attacking the zone. Her ball's moving a ton.
5th swing and miss already. Upstairs ball 2. Depies, a freshman from Redwood City, California. She enters the regional on a 10-game hit streak, has driven in 7 and scored 6 times herself over that span. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Lemley retires the first 6. All those games found on the ESPN family of networks. Log on to clearwaterinvitational.com for details and ticket information. I mean, that does feel like forever ago, but I also can remember watching those games early in the season. It's always a fantastic event.
It is. I was actually out there this year, and just the atmosphere, not only the great games, but the atmosphere of all the fans, getting all those teams together. It's a good time.
Emma Ritter, Bree Peck, Kelsey Bennett due up here for Virginia Tech. Ritter, a junior from Perryville, Maryland, at John Carroll High School, leading the team with a .358 average on the season. She's hit 12 home runs on the year, driven in 39. One of the most interesting stats that stands out to me about this Virginia Tech team, you look at the home runs in the ACC, they lead the conference, they lead the nation. They don't strike out a lot. They're tied for 2nd lowest in strikeout numbers, and that's just kind of contrary to what you would think about a power hitting team.
Yeah, when you see teams that hit the long ball, you usually see high Ks too.
Coker from 3rd makes the play. She's only made 1 error in the last 2 seasons, so she's pretty sure-handed over there.
And at 3rd base, 1 error in 2 seasons. When I read that stat, I was just blown away. She's just so fundamentally sound. She makes the easy plays look easy and can surprise you with hard plays.
She's an old field hockey goalie. And so when I read that, I thought that makes perfect sense that she's over at 3rd. You got to be tough, and then she's got the reflexes to make all the plays. What do you like so far about Boaz through Just an inning and a third, but after that leadoff bunt, got to second, got out of the jam. What'd you see?
Yeah, she showed some toughness. She just turned the page, went next pitch, and I really like how she's throwing her changeup early in this game. She's keeping it low. That last one was elevated, but she's got to keep that changeup low, and she has been. And Virginia Tech's not able to square up just yet. A little out in front, unsure of what speed's coming.
That's one thing about Virginia Tech. It's that one swing mentality. It's something Pete Demore told us. You have to be able to make a difference. That's off the glove of Ronson and to the wall in left center. A double with one out for Bree Peck, and she smoked it.
Just talking about Virginia Tech not able to square up a ball quite yet on Boaz. That ball was absolutely squared up, but Boaz fell behind 2-0 in the count. And look where this pitch is. It's over the heart of the plate, belt high. Peck does a nice job of looking for her pitch, getting ahead in the count, and absolutely driving it for a double in the gap.
Team high 13 doubles this season, and now a runner in scoring position with just one away for Kelsey Bennett, the third baseman. Bennett, a Georgia native from Buford. Former ACC Freshman of the Year way back when in 2019. Program freshman record, 14 home runs that year. Pete Demore told us, though, he said, in today's day and age, you have to be able to score with one swing of the bat. And you said it right off the top of our show. They talk about hitting the ball hard in the air, which is completely different than the team they're facing here in Boston University.
Yeah, even Coach Waters said, I tell my team to hit the ball hard and hit it on the ground. But you got to work with what you have. If you have big, strong girls like Virginia Tech does and the speed of BU.
Ronson goes to her knee and makes a nice play there up the middle for out number 2.
It's a good ground ball. This is what Boaz wants to do, is feed her defense ground balls. They're a great fielding team. They're going to come up with the plays. BU looking to get out of another jam with 2 outs.
.982 fielding percentage this year. That led the Patriot League. Bree Peck at third base with 2 away for Rachel Castine, the shortstop. Castine 2 for 5 with a walk in the ACC tournament. Both hits coming in that big win over Louisville in the opening round. And off speed's too low to Castine, a Chesapeake, Virginia native. She is confident with that pitch right now, locates it on the inside corner.
That's a pretty pitch, and we talked about how she can throw it in any count. Here, 2-0 count, and she's going to her changeup. That's her go-to pitch, and she can find the zone.
Castine fouls it back. Some oohs and ahs from the crowd just underneath that one.
Yeah, that's a big swing. She got something hard. What she was looking for, that outer half, just missed it.
The outfield wall at Jack Turner Stadium is pretty high, but down the lines, it's just 190. It's 220 in dead center. If you're a power hitter and you like to pull the ball as a righty, you like it here.
Definitely a hitter's park down the lines, and the ball flies out here.
Tony Baldwin, Georgia's head coach, a funny comment about if they're swinging it good. He said, well, if the ball goes into the trees, that's a pretty good swing. And just outside, close there for Boaz, but it's first and third now for Kylie Aldrich.
Boaz wanted that pitch, and it was close on this outside corner. Yeah, I think that's the right call. A little too far out, but you don't want to get much closer with these Virginia Tech hitters either. Good location, but if you were ahead in the count, you'd probably get a swing on that. Boaz has got to get back to working ahead.
Another lefty-lefty matchup with Kylie Aldrich, the catcher, freshman from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Hitting .470 over her last 8 games. 3 multi-hit games, 2 home runs in that. Just .208 on the season. 1-0 from Boaz. That does get the outside corner, strike 1.
It's a great pitch, great location. You can tell she's really in command of her pitches.
Ground ball right side, fielded to her left. It's Depies, and they get out of the jam again. Strand 2 runners.
Getting out of that jam, refocusing. Why did we get in that jam? Because we fell behind hitters. I think that the emphasis now moving forward is still to work ahead. I'm sure there's a nice little pat on the back for getting out the inning with 2 runners on, not giving up a run.
.01 from Lemley to Kate Pryor to lead things off. Talked about Lemley, she's looked good. What are you doing differently if you're the Terriers? Are you making adjustments already? You're going to see what she does the rest of the way.
Yeah, your first at bat against a good pitcher like Emma Lemley, you have a plan from what you've seen in the past, but it doesn't really sink in until you get in the box. So you're going to try and see a lot of pitches to learn what she's throwing, time her up, put a good swing on a good ball, and then start making your adjustments in your next at bats.
Lemley 5 of 7 first pitch strikes so far for Virginia Tech. (2-1) fouled straight back. Kate Pryor, a junior from St. Paul, Minnesota. In a career year. Started 27 of 53 games she's played in, .281 average. Works the count full, 3-2.
That's a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes. Good location by Lemley. Umpire might thought just a tad high.
She's retired the first 6. 3-2 pitch to Pryor. That's fouled straight back, and this is a good at-bat right now from Kate Pryor. Drove in a run in the semifinal win over Lehigh. That was their revenge game. They were knocked out in the Patriot League Championship last year by Lehigh. And that's been on their mind all season long. They got their revenge, and now they're trying to prove it to the rest of the country. This is hit in the air, shallow left field. Castine over, but called off. Good communication there by Kelsey Brown in left.
Even though that results in an out for BU, that was a great at-bat by Kate Pryor to start off this inning. A lot of pitches from Emma Lemley there. Worked the count full, fouled off a couple pitches. Good at-bat.
There's North Carolina Central getting set for their postseason debut against the host Georgia. It's fouled straight back by Nicole Amodio. The Eagles of NC Central led by a Georgia native in Kat Tarvin in her 3rd season as head coach. Got to talk with her, and she is thrilled to be here and be back in her home state. Said she cried a little bit when she saw the Georgia Regional pop up for them. Other people might cry when they see that as well, but maybe for different reasons.
Yes, you love it when the stars align for people and coming back home, bringing her team for the first regional. It was fun to see the excitement.
Amodio watches a strike right down the middle. 1-2. Emma Lemley, she can get off to a good start against an offensive team like BU. Maybe just gets that feeling of, hey, it's a new season. It's the postseason, fresh slate. Regular season doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, it's all about getting here and then who's going to perform.
Virginia Tech, Cam Fagan said it. They're a postseason team. They're built for this. Just got a flair for the dramatic. Outside corner for Lemley. That's strikeout number 3.
Lemley looking really good on this strikeout. She starts the bat off with something hard. I think she gets a little lucky here, leaves that over the heart of the plate, but then makes adjustments as we go. Next pitch up in the zone, then comes back and makes an adjustment on that rise ball, gets it down, nice pitch, and then finishes off with a big strikeout looking.
Shakes her head there. That got away from her a little bit. Audrey Sellers getting her first attempt at the plate. Lemley's retired the first 8 batters. Sellers, a senior from Laverne, California. They've got that little California connection. 8 players from California or Arizona. It helps when you've got the academic prowess that Boston University has. One from Lemley. Popped up, and it will get into the stands. Foul. Almost a chance for NC Central to warm up a little early. There's Kat Tarvin. One, two. This is popped up. Might stay in. It's going to be close and off the top of the netting.
Can't get much closer than that.
I'll tell you what. Usually my depth perception is just a mess, but
you were on it.
I had it that time, yeah. Don't get used to it.
Yeah, we've been talking about Lemley this game, working ahead. You see the numbers and how much better she is when she's ahead, 0-2, 1-2. It's a drastic difference, and we've seen her do that this game, and she's rolling.
Back to 2-2 for the 9-hole Sellers. Another one fought off. The Terriers really starting to battle at the plate. Pryor had a tremendous at bat. And now Sellers following suit.
Yeah, first 2 innings of this game, Lemley very efficient, quick at bats. BU really battling, fouling off pitches, showing good discipline.
Another 2-2. Fought that one away late, but thought it might have been called a strike, so I had to take a hack at it.
Just get a piece of it. Keep your at-bat going. Make the pitcher throw another pitch. And the more pitches that a pitcher has to throw to a hitter, the more likely they're going to make a mistake, and you can take advantage of it.
Pryor's at bat went 7. The 8th pitch is about to come to Sellers. Another 2-2 from Lemley. This is crushed down the left field line, but foul off the base of the wall. Sellers only has 2 extra base hits on the season, hasn't hit a home run this year. Got all of that.
She smoked that down the line. Foul ball, but what a great at bat. You can't, if you're Coach Waters, this is your 9-hole hitter. I mean, you can't ask for any more than what she's doing. Going up there battling, doing everything she can to turn over the lineup.
Ninth pitch of the at bat. is outside, ball 3. Hokies fans thought that one was in there, but ran just a little too far outside for Lemley.
That was close. That was close. You see those pitching numbers. They're 7 pitches first inning, 10 the second, and now we're up to 31. BU making adjustments mid-game.
Pitch number 10 of the at-bat. Hit high into shallow center. Castine is under it, and that is the 3rd out. And Lemley, perfect through 3 innings so far, but they were making her work here in the 3rd. Well, so far for Allison Boaz, she's gotten the job done. It's been a little bit iffy at times, but Virginia Tech 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. They've left 3 on the base paths through the first 2 innings. Trying to lay down the bunt. That might have hit the bat and called foul anyway.
See Boston's defense. Their corners, Coker and Amadio pulled in tight. They're not going to let Kelsey Brown sneak another one by them. But you have to be careful because Brown also have some pop in the box. See Coker halfway down the line. Garden gets the small stuff.
That one runs too far outside. Brown ended up on second on that bunt single after a throwing error by Boaz. And 4:15 on the season. Ground ball right side, tough chop there. Depies eaten up by it a little bit, a short hop, but she knocked it down. Leadoff runner here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Yeah, this ball just ties up Depies. You see how she steps back, then tries to come back in. You've got to come get that ball. You want to get it on the short hop, especially with the speed of Brown. There's no need to step back on that ball.
That makes way for Cam Fagan. Lined out to center field in her first at bat. Hit it hard. The ball was really moving on its way to Lauren Kelleher in center. First pitch outside, and Brown's trying to create some problems over there at first base, keeping the attention of Boaz and Sellers behind the plate.
And deservedly slow. She has so much speed over there. Hasn't been thrown out this season. That might have been a pitch out, actually. Eyes definitely on first base.
17 of 17 she's running. They did throw it out again. The throw was high, though. If that was a little bit lower, maybe, but it's 18 for 18 for Kelsey Brown.
It was a nice throw by Sellers. Good transition. Got the ball out quick on the pitch out. Just like every other catcher this year, no one's been able to throw out Kelsey Brown.
There was a quick conversation between Ashley Waters and Naomi Erdahl behind the plate. Four-person umpire crew for the regionals. Scott Mayer at third base, Jason Smith at second, Brian Smith at first, and Naomi Erdahl behind the plate. Have a centralized replay facility as Fagan puts it up the middle, and that's going to be the first run of the game. Brown comes around to score. Cam Fagan coming through.
Cam Fagan hit the ball hard on the nose. Her last at bat to center field, doesn't waste any time and drives it right back up the middle with the speed of Brown on second base. Right off the bat, you knew that's an easy run for Virginia Tech. Taking advantage of errors is Virginia Tech. Boston needed to play perfect defense. An error early in this game leads to a run.
On her dad, Kevin, in the stands. It's a busy weekend for the Fagan family. All three of her sisters played big-time Division I college softball. Casey, Sammy, and Haley. Casey and Sammy are assistant coaches on the Liberty staff, and there are all the Fagan sisters. and they are currently at the UCLA Regional. Dot Richardson is the head coach at Liberty, as there's another bunt down, and safe at first. Great hustle there by Addie Green. Fagan's up to second, and trouble in the third for Boston University.
Virginia Tech telling the whole world that we're not just a power hitting team. Another bunt from a hit from the 3-hole Addie Green with 14 home runs on the season. Just an athlete. We talked about how BU was going to test the defense of Virginia by putting the ball on the ground and make them make plays. This inning, it's Virginia Tech doing that to the Terriers.
Quick visit here for BU's infield. 9 straight games with a hit for Addie Green. The Terriers have to limit the damage now, right in the heart of this Virginia Tech order with Jamie Bailey coming up.
And we talked about it. This is the second time through the lineup for Boaz. Virginia Tech's a good hitting team. They're going to make adjustments as they go. Boaz has got to match those adjustments.
This is outside, ball 1. Bailey, 12 long balls on the season, 39 RBIs. And this is downstairs, 2-0. This is hit hard into right center field. Diving, it's out of the glove of Lauren Nett. And now some trouble on the base paths here. Out at first, so it's a good play to get Bailey going back to first. What an attempt by Lauren Nett in right field. There's second and third now for Virginia Tech with one away.
Incredible effort by Lauren Nett in right field. She did not come up with this catch, but look how far she has to range. She's playing deep and towards the line. The fact that she even gets a glove on it is impressive, but the fact that she had it in her glove for a second, Fagan had to hold up at second, and that's why she didn't come across the score, and they ended up getting an out, possibly on it. This play is currently under review, that play at first base. After this play happened, first base coach for Virginia Tech, Mike Lewis, held his hand out like he was looking for obstruction. So they may be reviewing if there's possible obstruction on that play.
Let's look at Lauren Nett out in right field, junior from San Diego. What a fantastic attempt. Our umpires here, I mentioned this, just touched on it earlier. It's a centralized facility out of Pittsburgh that will be taking care of all the replay reviews across the country this weekend, and that's clearly out of the glove in right field. But a close play when Bailey went back to first. And like you talked about as well, potential for obstruction. First review of the weekend.
Here we go.
She was out, actually. I thought that right shoulder might have got tagged. It was a slap tag.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. And she was on the inside, home plate side of first base. She moved in time. I see this play being confirmed.
And you are correct. So Bailey a single, and then out on the old 9-4-3 to set up second and third for Virginia Tech. So the danger is still looming. And it's Emma Ritter who grounded out to third base her first trip to the plate. They looked at both the catch on that play and the play at first base. Nice job by our umpiring crew. First pitch in the dirt to Ritter, and it's, you talked about it with Boaz, but starting to fall behind in the count a little bit, and Virginia Tech can be really dangerous at all times, but certainly in hitters' counts.
Yeah, and they're putting the pressure on, getting runners on, and as a pitcher, you start to feel that get a little bit tighter, not as loose as you are with no runners on. That's when you start to miss the plate a little bit.
Check to first. I think Sellers thought it might have been a strike on the outside corner anyway, but it's 2-0 now for Emma Ritter. Really didn't go around. Hits this one into a perfect spot there in shallow right center. 2 runs coming around, and they score 3-0 Virginia Tech, and Ritter takes second.
Boaz has been staying away from hitters all day long, changing speeds, but always away. Emma Ritter made a great adjustment and attacked this outside pitch, looking for it there. And the defense, respecting the power of Virginia Tech, is playing on the warning track. So if anything dropped shallow, there was no doubt that Green on second base was going to come on to score. But Boston has got to cut this ball and leave Ritter at first base. She was clearly going to score, giving up free bases. Clint Waters is going to her because her go-to pitch is that drop ball, and you've got to keep the ball low in the zone if you want to keep it in the park against Virginia Tech.
BU has 3 pretty talented pitchers. They've got a freshman in Casey Rickard, who was the Rookie of the Year, won 20 games with a 1.69 ERA, so we will certainly see her at some point this season. Bree Peck is the first to see Avery. Puts that on the inside corner to make it a 1-1 count. Still plenty of time left in this Athens regional opener, but the Terriers have got to find a way to get out of this quickly. Swing and a miss there from Peck. As that drop ball dropped below the zone.
It's a good time to show a change of speeds there, too. Coming in mid-inning, ahead 1-2. Hitters haven't seen you, but now they have the idea that you can change speeds in the back of their mind.
Fouled straight back. That kind of whipped around like, ooh, I'd like one more crack at that one.
I think she'd like that one back.
Virginia Tech started 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. That has improved to 3 for 8 here in the bottom of the third. Another one fouled straight back.
Yeah, Bree Peck is on time right now. She's seeing the ball well out of Avery's hand. Avery coming inside, whereas Boaz earlier in the game stayed all the way, trying to mix it up, but you've got to be careful. If you're coming in on Bree Peck, you better get that ball in.
Peck almost an identical average to last year's 320. That one just misses outside, but she's topped her doubles, home runs, RBIs, walks, and a better slugging percentage this season. She kicked off a 7th inning rally to beat Clemson about 3 weeks ago with a 2-run home run. They trailed 4-0 going into the bottom of the 7th in Blacksburg. Peck hit a 2-run home run. Fagan hit a 3-run walk-off. And that is that resiliency that we've talked about with Virginia Tech. She's given everybody in this lineup a good look at Lizzie Avery.
She sure has. 9 pitches so far coming into the game. Really challenging the new pitcher, Avery.
Another 3-2 upstairs, and Peck walks. First and second now after the great at bat. Bree Peck in your 6-hole. You're feeling pretty good about your offense.
16 home runs in your 6-hole. What a luxury for Pete DeMoore.
That's That's fouled straight back. First pitch there to Kelsey Bennett. Grounded out to Ronson at shortstop back in the second inning. And what a boost for Emma Lemley, too. She's pitching well already, but now gets a chance to really settle in. 0-1 runs outside, and I think it was actually in the glove of Sellers for a moment, and then fell out when she turned, and the runners advance.
Yeah, Sellers behind the plate. Looks like she's trying to get around this ball to try and, receive it well, make it look like it's in the zone. She doesn't get all the way out and spins off the top of her glove, and runners advance to second and third now.
Another one fouled straight back, but Peck similarly was on Avery early on. I mean, they really are, timing-wise, are looking good.
Avery does have some velocity. She throws the ball in the high 60s, so coming in on the hands, if she's putting that in the right location, it's going to be hard to keep fair, but you've got to be careful.
She is ahead, 1-2, that's fouled into the netting on the first base side. Kelsey Bennett, a career low 246 average this season. Double-digit home runs in 2019 and 2021. Has 8 this year. A former ACC Freshman of the Year. She hit .369 with 14 home runs and 45 RBIs that year. Another 1-2, got her. Out number 2, the first for Lizzie Avery. Well, the Women's College World Series returns to Oklahoma City. The action begins Thursday, June 1st at 12 Eastern, live on ESPN. For more information on the 2023 Women's College World Series, go to NCAA.com, the official online home for all 90 NCAA championships. Who knows? Out of our regional, Georgia certainly the favorite. They're the 14 seed, but we have a deep regional here in Athens. Virginia Tech, the success they've had. Pete DeMoore talked about, what is it about what you've done at Virginia Tech that's allowed this rapid success? And he said, look, it's just all about structure for us. Brought in a different perspective, replacing the long-time head coach Scott Thomas. Spent 23 years there, 794 wins. Took him to the Women's College World Series back in 2008 with the tremendous Angela Tincher, a team that you ousted for the regular season ACC title that year in 2008, as that is back-to-back strikeouts for Avery.
Show some pride, right? You got to fight, you got to battle, and we've come back from 3 runs down before, so I think for us it's just we got to simplify, but we got to find a way to get people on base and do a better job defensively of keeping people off the base path.
Coach, first time through your lineup, unable to get a base runner on, but much better at bats from 7, 8, and 9. Going through to the second time in your lineup, leadoff coming up, what adjustments do you want to see from your hitters to find ways on base?
I think just competing a little bit better. I feel like for us, obviously we were swinging at some bad pitches out of the zone to start, and I think for us we got to dial ourselves in, and to me, we got to compete. If she doesn't have to throw a strike, we're going to be in trouble. So you got to make her throw some strikes and us capitalize on it.
Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck.
Hey, I got to give a shout out to Zoo Yunin. I love you, buddy. Keep fighting.
This is Ashley Waters in her 8th season, 270 wins. That's one shy of the all-time wins mark of tying Sean Rychek. This is their 9th NCAA tournament appearance since 2009. They missed the postseason last year after they went 0-2 in Stillwater in 2021. She said, though, this is different this year. In the past, they've been happy to be here. This year, they feel like they belong. They feel like they can do something special.
Yeah, and you hear that from teams a lot when they come into regionals. You know, we deserve to be here, we belong here. But I believed them. When they looked me in the eye and they said that, I believed them. They have the confidence, they have the tools to do it, and they believe they deserve to be here. And I think they're showing that they're a good team to see what they can do to make their adjustment now.
Lauren Kelleher and the top of this order. Kelleher watches a strike on the outside corner, 0-2. Not sure Ashley Waters liked that call down the third baseline. Kelleher had a funny comment yesterday when we were talking with the team. They brought in 4 players and coach, and they all sat down. You talked about it, just exuding confidence. The 0-2 is upstairs, and Ashley Waters said, well, you know, Lauren Kelleher basically recruited herself, and Kelleher leaned over and said, "You're welcome."
She sure did. She said, "I'm coming to BU and playing for you if you like it or not," and her career's worked out, and she gave Coach a nice "you're welcome" for being here.
Patriot League Rookie of the Year 2 seasons ago, 1-2 from Lemley and another foul ball. And you mentioned it, you talked to Coach about it. These at-bats, the quality of them are getting better. Ashley Waters will want to see base runners soon.
And that's her team motto offensively, is pass the bat. They're looking to find any way to get on base. If it's a walk, hit by pitch, base hit, any way to get on base to pass the bat to the next hitter. Very selfless approaches.
Ground ball right side, Fagan's over and makes the play for the first out. 10 up, 10 down for Emma Lemley, who's been tremendous so far.
Working ahead again was Emma Lemley. Gets a nice easy ground ball to start off the inning. She needs to keep that focus.
I asked her what the biggest difference is from year 1 to year 2, and she said, you know, I realized I'm just trying to get out, so I'm not just trying to strike everybody out. Now, she still does that. She still strikes everybody out, but we've seen a little bit of both. I mean, she's challenging hitters and letting her defense work.
And if you put that pressure on yourself, I have to strike everybody out, that's when you're going to make those mistakes. If you can trust your defense and know that if you put the ball in the right spot and execute your pitches, you're going to get outs either way. And she was just a freshman last year, right? She comes in highly touted with Keely Rochard, who strikes everybody out. And just the maturity we've seen from year 1 to year 2 from Emma Lemley, really stepped up as a leader in the circle.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Said Rochard last year was like a big sister. Said they called her mom. She said she still texts Keely, talks to her a lot about softball, about anything really. Was a great mentor last year, an All-American, won 26 games. Rochard struck out 328 batters. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 4 for Lemley.
Lemley's dealing. She is working ahead again, working these corners, changing speeds here. This is a great 1-2 pitch. There is nothing the hitter can do with that pitch, but it is close enough that you have to swing. She is being pinpoint and executing pitches.
Working with Kylie Aldridge behind the plate, who's a freshman catcher. But Lemley said they played 2 years of travel ball together growing up, so she had some familiarity with Aldridge, and I have to think that is huge, especially for a younger pitcher.
Yeah, and she had a senior behind the plate, Mackenzie Lauder, who's a student assistant with Virginia Tech now, who's on staff. So I think that also helps, you know, bringing along the freshman catcher and still being around for Lemley.
Half-hearted attempt, and Coker did go around.
Coker unable to hold up on that pitch, finds herself in a hold. 0-2 against Lemley. You've got to look everywhere. You just got to be disciplined up in the zone. But Lemley showed us this game that she can throw that rise ball for a strike.
That was the 9th swing and a miss. Coker did not go around that time.
She's leaning on that outside corner, knowing with 2 strikes, going to expand the zone, able to hold up there. But as a pitcher, if you see a hitter uneasy leaning over the plate, going after that pitch, you're going to come in with the heat, go high.
1-2, fouled straight back. Better swing there from Coker. How big is this game and the next game as well? The first game in the regional, how much of an impact can that have on your run?
Oh, it sets the tone. You don't want to start in the loser's bracket. You want to set the tone for the weekend in game one. Come out with a good performance, clean performance, and have the confidence in going into day two.
This is popped up toward Fagan at second. She makes the grab. 12 up, 12 down for Emma. Scoring position, but something changed in the third. How happy are you with the way they have responded?
Yeah, I'm happy about it because we got 3 runs on the board. But that's the thing. We had a good game plan against their pitcher, and she's had a great year. All these kids have, so she's got to stick with it because this team's good.
Coach Limley in the circle is dealing right now. What do you like from her?
It seems like she's getting better as the game's going on, and she mixed her pitches a little bit more that inning, a little bit more drops. Yeah, she can continue to get better.
Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck.
Got it. Thank you.
5 years for Pete Demore, an NCAA tournament appearance in the 4 possible years. Of course, 2020, the season shut down, but just an unbelievable job. And the ability to win in the postseason, it's one thing to get there, but then to have success in the postseason, to go to 2 straight super regionals. You look at what happened at Missouri when he was there under Aaron Earlywine for 10 years, 5 supers, 3 Women's College World Series. He understands what it takes to win in the postseason, and just maybe a little underrated even as a head coach.
Yeah, when you come into a program with that experience of postseason, that's where you set the bar. That's the standard, and anything less than that for Pete Demore and his team is not acceptable. And he's consistent with his message all year long.
You've seen this in the ACC, but Pete Demore and Virginia Tech's rise to postseason success. They won the ACC last year. He's a big part of the ACC and the rise of that conference, and it's been a lot of great coaching in Florida State. Yeah, they're still probably the staple. They're still the leaders, but overall, the ACC becoming really difficult top to bottom.
Well, yeah, the ACC got 6 teams into the NCAA tournament this year. So there's just the parity, I guess, of the sport, not just in the ACC, but across the country and all the conferences. And these teams are just getting so much better every year, and there's so many good players, they got to go other places. So teams that haven't been relevant in the past are really stepping up.
Hard up the middle, base hit into center field to lead off the 4th for Kylie Aldrich. Don't miss a minute of the action from the NCAA Softball Regionals. We'll take you to the best live action on the 7 Innings live show on the ESPN app. You can see every game and every big moment on the road to the Women's College World Series only on the ESPN networks. They are going to be busy in the studio. You're jumping around to games and keeping everybody updated all day long. Tomorrow's the big day, the 3-game day. Weather permitting, of course. Bunt does the job, sacrifices Aldridge over to second base. Kelsey Brown just doing the job tonight, finding any way to get it done. There's actually a conversation here now.
I think home plate umpire may have called Kelsey Brown out of the box. And if that's the case, Coach Waters has the option of taking a strike on the batter or the result of the play. It looks like she's going to take the out even though Aldridge moved to second base.
So 1 out for Cameron Fagan. Aldridge on second. Lizzie Avery walked Bree Peck in the first batter she faced, but then struck out back-to-back batters to get out of the 3rd and limit the damage at 3. This is upstairs to Fagan. That's Pete Demore If you see a Fagan on a softball field, is it pretty much a lock? You just go ahead and recruit them and know you're going to have a all-conference, all-American type player? And he said, well, you know, we knew about Cam, but had to go watch her just to be safe when she was in 8th grade. He said he watched her take one pitch, said, all right, we're good.
Wish recruiting was that easy. But right there, that was something uncharacteristic we see in Fagan, but nice job in the circle by Avery, bouncing back. Nice changeup to get Fagan out in front.
Addie Green with 2 away. You said it, Ashley Waters deciding to take that out even though the runner moves up, but just how valuable she considers outs to be against this Virginia Tech team. Knows what they can do from a power standpoint and is thinking, well, we'll take the sacrifice over the potential.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever want to give back an out.
Yeah. A little extra motivation for the hitter in that scenario, possibly. Like, I can do a lot worse than a sacrifice bunt.
Yep.
.2-0 from Avery. Good spot there for strike one.
That was a good spot. Showing her changeup that she can throw for a strike. That's going to be important for her later as this game progresses. She, like we said, she has the high velocity, but you're not going to blow it by the Hokies. You've got to be able to keep them off balance and keep them honest.
2-1, ground ball up the middle. It gets through. And around comes Aldrich. An RBI single for Addie Green.
Virginia Tech showing that they can score in all kinds of different ways. They don't have to rely on the long ball, even though they lead the country in home runs. This inning, they get the lead off on with a simple base hit, sacrifice her over to second base, and then play fundamental softball, wait for that lucky hit up the middle, and Aldridge scored easily from second base, moving on the pitch with 2 outs. Virginia Tech able to extend their lead.
32nd RBI of the season for Green. Now Avery gets Jamie Bailey. Strike one to start off the at-bat. Bailey turned her doubles into home runs this year. She had a career-high 12 home runs so far, but posted her lowest double total of her career. This is her 240th game for Virginia Tech. It's down in the dirt. Nice job by Sellers behind the plate.
Sellers able to keep that ball in front and keep it close enough for the runner to stay put at first base, because with 2 outs, you don't want to let her advance the scoring position. It could be end up being a big play.
This is hit hard into left field, back to the warning track, and right at the walls, caught by Kate Pryor for out number 3. So the Hokies get one more in the 4th to make it a 4-0 game. 9 hits to 0 for Boston University. Emily Gant will lead things off. 9 of 12. First pitch strikes for Lemley, make it 10 of 13. Gant trying to produce the first base runner of the evening for the Terriers. Well, we welcome our new audience to the Athens Regional, where Virginia Tech and Emma Lemley are on top right now in the 5th inning against Boston University, and Emma Lemley perfect so far alongside Brittany McKinney. I'm Chucky Kempf. What a game it's been for Virginia Tech.
Yeah, they've done it on both sides of the ball, but the story right now is the way Emma Lemley is pitching in the circle. First pitch strikes, getting swing and misses, weak contact. In her routine, you can see her out there. She's in a rhythm. She's feeling it. And it's fun to watch a pitcher when they get in that mode.
Lauren Nett, who almost made a tremendous catch in right field last inning. It's a strike for Lemley to make it 1-1. In a game like this where your pitcher's so in the zone, just dominating in the circle, how much different do you feel like your role is as a catcher versus a game where maybe things are not going the way you want them to go? I mean, is this more of a, okay, I'm just going to stay out of the way here?
Yeah, you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Let your pitcher roll, be there, support. You know, you just keep them focused. You don't want to start looking at the scoreboard and start looking to do something big this game. Just keeping your pitcher focused on the next pitch and locked in for 7 innings.
1-2, gets away from her. She kind of shakes her head there. She is just ice cold, that expression in the circle. She's not looking for friends right now.
No.
2-2 to Nett. Hitting the shallow center. Trouble, and it's in. The first base hit for Boston University as Lauren Nett breaks up the perfect game here in the 5th.
Breaks up the perfect game, breaks up the no-hitter with the first hit for BU. Lauren Nett just trying to put the bat on the ball. They haven't been able to do that much. Gets out in front and drops this ball perfectly where nobody could get it. Second time through the lineup for BU. It all starts with that first hit, that first base runner.
That misses maybe a little bit too low in the zone for Brooke Depies, who struck out swinging back in the 2nd inning. That's too far outside. 2-0.
It's a pretty nice pitch by Emma Lemley. She's been used to getting that call this game. But her mind's at next pitch. Flush it, next pitch, attack the zone, get back in this at bat.
2-0. Skied on the infield. Caught by Jamie Bailey for out number 1. Well, tonight, 7 Eastern, number 22, Boston College hosts Notre Dame from Fenway Park. Second game of their 3-game series to close out the regular season. The ACC PM team begins their coverage from Fenway at 4 Eastern, with the game following at 7 here on ACC Network and also on the app. What a fantastic venue.
You been to Fenway?
I have not. Have you?
I've been on a tour.
Okay.
I've been on a tour. The old Boston Red Sox coach, Terry Francona, I actually played with his daughters in college.
Okay.
They're softball athletes.
So you got a good tour then.
I did. I got the VIP tour.
I hang out with you more often. 1-1 count for Kate Pryor, flew out to left field. Her first trip to the plate. Lauren Nett stands at first base, the first runner of the game for the Terriers, who won 51 games this season. That's a Patriot League record. They won 28 straight. That was snapped in the regular season finale to a team in Lehigh that's become their rival. They won 27 straight games last year. I mean, this is not just a flash in the pan. This is a great program. It goes back beyond Ashley Waters, but it does seem like she might be elevating it, taking it to the next level. She's going to get a lot of these players back next season.
Yeah, you can't sing her praises enough. Her recruiting ability and ability to develop players and players that have high academic standards and are going to miss practices for classes and clinics and all kinds of things that she has to juggle as a head coach at Boston University, and she does a fantastic job. I mean, over 50 wins this season.
Inside corner for Lemley. That's strikeout number 5. She gives up the first hit of the game. Let's strike a third straight super regional under Pete DeMore in his 5th season. 151 wins. Crushed up the middle. That is a rip from Emma Ritter. Back-to-back base hits for her.
You think she knew what she was looking for? Something on the inside part of the plate, and she gets her hands inside and just demolishes this ball. It's not a bad location. Too much play up in the zone, but Emma Ritter just lines it to start the inning. First pitch, get right to it, Ritter.
It was interesting, the takeaways when you get to talk to teams, and with Virginia Tech, I thought it was just, there was a calmness about them when they walked in, when they talked to us, when they went about their business during practice. Just, we're here to take care of business, and that's what we've seen so far in their opening game in regionals.
Yeah, they've been here, done this. Most of this team is returning from last year. They've made it to supers. This is just a business trip for the Hokies.
Hosted regionals and supers for the first time in program history last season. See Bree Peck swing and miss through that. Her double back in the 2nd inning is the lone extra base hit for this powerful lineup today.
Yeah, I just love how they're showing that they can score in more than one way. Yes, they can change the game with one swing of the bat, but they know how to put things together too. Because the further you go in postseason, Sunday in regionals, super regionals, pitching's just going to get that much better, and they're going to have more film and execute better, not leave pitches over the plate. So being able to score outside the home run ball, it's a big deal for Virginia Tech.
The depth of some of the staffs that they'll face. Think about some of the top teams as Avery gets her swinging through that one for the first out of the inning.
It's a good response by Lizzie Avery. First pitch of this inning is a liner right back up the middle, and then comes right back and gets ahead 0-2. A nice change of speeds to get the strikeout on Bree Peck, who is not easy to strike out.
It's the 3rd strikeout for Avery in the circle so far. Came in, got out of a jam with a couple strikeouts. Runner goes from the knees, good throw, but a nice slide into second base from Ritter. Now she's in scoring position with just one away.
Show and bunt, just try and get in the catcher's eye level. The speed of Virginia Tech. Emma Ritter showing it off. Not only can she hit the ball hard, but she can run fast too.
Kelsey Brown 18 for 18 on the year. Ritter 17 for 17. That's fouled straight back by Kelsey Bennett. 0 for 2 today so far.
And the second time they're seeing Lizzie Avery again. So we're going to see those adjustments. They're coming out being aggressive early in the count, knowing what they're looking for, but Avery doing a good job to get ahead of the count. A couple foul balls.
This is crushed deep left center field, carrying toward the wall, and what a grab in left center! Kelleher reaches up and pulls it down.
Kelleher, are you kidding me? My goodness, Chucky, you and I looked at each other. The ball off the bat, I thought that ball was long gone, and it kept carrying. And Kelleher with the great read. This ball hangs so long in the air. Look how far she goes. Dead sprint, trying to find the ball, fills the warning track, reaches out. What a grab. That's an incredible play by Lauren Kelleher in center field.
And they get a spark from something like that now. 2 away for Rachel Castine. Lizzie Avery, this one's hit up the middle. That's in front of Kelleher, too deep for Depies, and the run will come around to score. Castine makes some pay anyway, and it's 5-0 Virginia Tech.
That's the second time we've seen that happen to BU. It's just a little bloop in front of the outfielders because they have to play so deep to respect the power of Virginia Tech that anything that falls in front of them, especially with 2 outs and the runner moving from second base, they're going to score a run. Virginia Tech able to tack one on. Little insurance as we get later in the ballgame.
8 of 9 Virginia Tech players with a hit in the game today. 97 home runs on the season. They have not left the yard, and they've put 5 on the board. That catches the outside corner. Good spot there for Avery. Aldridge 1 for 2. She scored the lone run in the 4th inning for Virginia Tech. Maya Luco will come in to run for the Hokies, replacing Castine over there at first base. This is outside for ball 2. Virginia Tech rolling right now. If you're Boston University, what's going through your mind these last couple innings?
Yeah, you're running out of outs here. You've got to limit the damage. 5 runs. They've scored 5 runs in a ball game before, but with just the 1 hit, you've got to limit the damage as you're running out of outs now. But there is still time, and this team is feisty and scrappy.
That misses. And Aldrich is on for the 2nd time today as she walks.
Aldrich doing a nice job in that 9-hole for Virginia Tech to turn the lineup over to get their big hitters, Kelsey Brown, Cam Fagan, extra at bats. It's exactly what you want at the bottom of the lineup.
For Ashley Waters right now, you've got the talented freshman pitcher, Casey Rickard, who's a possibility. Are you trying to avoid that? I mean, at this point, do you just hope that Avery can take you the distance and you've got Rickard tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily about saving her for
No.
tomorrow, but her MO is up in the zone and doesn't have quite the velocity of Avery in the circle now, so I think it's more of a matchup thing that Rickard may just not match up well with Virginia Tech. So if Avery's able to keep the ball in the park and limit the damage, they ride her.
It's a Boston University team who is 13-5 against top 100 RPI teams this year. Shut out Baylor, Georgia Tech, Penn State, UConn, Boston College. Grabbed and thrown on the run, safe at first, runner coming home, and it's a wild throw. Great hustle right there from Maya Luco, and a heads-up base running as another one comes across. Almost a nice play from Ronson at short.
Well, this play starts off with textbook slapping by Kelsey Brown, puts the ball into the ground, but Luco never hesitates. You know, if that's a good throw, I'm not calling that heads-up base running. That's overly aggressive, but you put pressure on the defense, and sometimes they make a mistake, and that's exactly what happened there. Amodio at first base got caught off guard. I think Luco gets a little bit of luck for Virginia Tech, but it results in another run.
An animated conversation right now from their head coach, Ashley Waters. Some uncharacteristic things today from Boston University. A few errors in this game. That's just not what they're about.
Yeah, and Ashley Waters may very well be the best infield coach in the country, and she has standards, and making plays like that or unforced errors is just unacceptable in her book. And her team knows that.
Kelsey Brown now 3 for 3 with a trio of singles and a sacrifice bunt. She's been spectacular, setting the tone for this Virginia Tech lineup. Still 2 away, but far from out of the danger with Cam Fagan in there.
And Cam Fagan's been hitting the ball hard today. Just the one hit, but her other at-bats, she's been squaring the ball up. She's seeing the ball well.
This is hit well into left center, but Kelleher is over and underneath it, makes the catch for out number 3. 12 is in the NCAA Frozen Four. That's third all time. 5 times national champions. 2009 was their last, but that is just so cool that he sent that in, keeping an eye out for his softball team.
Yeah, you gotta love the alum support, especially when it comes from a star player in the bigs.
And they have had him. That misses downstairs. New pitcher for Virginia Tech, Molly Jacobson, to face off with 8, 9, and 1. Jacobson, a redshirt sophomore from Waukee, Iowa. And they get Lemley out and a chance to rest. Any issues with this move? You like the idea of give Lemley all the confidence, let Jacobson get a taste here in the postseason?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a great move. I think if Lemley wouldn't have given up that hit, she might have still been in there, but Jacobson's a good mix to Lemley. They complement each other well. Lemley's very much a power hitter. We're going to see Jacobson just spin the ball really well. He's filled the zone, but she's going to spin the ball.
Leadoff walk for Nicole Amodio. Now a quick visit there with Molly Jacobson. Audrey Sellers. The 9-hole is up as you see Emma Lemley moving around in the dugout. Some nutrition in there.
I think she deserves that.
Maybe some karaoke tonight after this if they hold on to win. Might wait for Sunday, see if they can advance, I guess.
Yeah. Business trip.
You a singer?
No.
Let me rephrase. Have you sang karaoke?
Maybe once or
Okay.
twice. Maybe.
Enough said.
I'm not
I
sure.
won't dig any deeper.
I actually doubt it.
Amy Metz, a freshman from Lakewood, California, the pinch runner at first. First pitch to Sellers. Runs too far outside, 1-0, and I think Molly Jacobson would have liked that one.
Yeah, but previous batter, 4 balls in a row. Umpire's not going to give you anything close until you feel it, prove that you can throw it over the plate.
That one does catch the outside corner, 1-1 count. The top of this order is looming for BU. The Terriers, we talked about that fantastic trio. Kelleher, Ronson, Coker, combined .404 average entering the day, but they're 0 for 6 so far, and Sellers would love to turn it over to them with multiple runners on.
Yeah, their motto, pass the bat. That's what she needs to do here, and you can't do it with one swing. You're going to have to base hit their way out of this one to get back in the game.
Jacobson is dialing it in now. Dad, brother, and sister all played college basketball. She's getting it done on the diamond. One, two, skied on the infield toward Castine, and there's one out. Ground ball, Jacobson goes straight to first for out number 2. Retires Kelleher on one pitch.
Jacobson, after that 4-pitch leadoff walk, seems to have found the strike zone, settled down. Even with a 6-run lead, the atmosphere here, you know you're in postseason, so there's going to be a little bit of extra nerves. Fans filling the seats, all eyes on you. It's a fun time to be a ball player here.
Big swing there from Ronson. First time Boston University has had runners in scoring position. Amodio at second. Just a different feel in the air. You said it, Georgia fans starting to trickle in, as well as North Carolina Central. Outside, ball one.
That's a good pitch. I like that pitch. New pitcher still trying to establish your zone, though. You got to see what the umpire's working with, what they see with your movement, just like you would if you were starting the game.
Ground ball left side. Tough one right there. It's off the glove. They'll hold Amodio at third base, and it's first and third with 2 away.
Hard on the ground. That's what Coach Waters preaches to her team. Hit the ball hard on the ground. Ronson does it here. Speed. It would have been a tough play either way by Kelsey Bennett. I thought Metz was going to take that turn and try and go like we saw the top of the bottom half of last inning. Smart move to hold up at third base.
We'll say it's an error on Kelsey Bennett. That pitch runs outside from Jacobson, and a huge opportunity. If the Terriers want to make a run in this game, they've got to find a way to get something here in the 6th. Just one hit. It's fouled to the left side, 1-1.
And if I'm the Boston hitters, I want to jump all over the new pitcher. You know, Lindley was throwing lights out, some of the best she's thrown all season. And if they're going to give you a gift of pulling her out of the game, you need to respond immediately. The big inning here, even with 2 outs, at least push a run across would be huge for the Terriers.
Coker, .384 average on the season. That's upstairs, ball 2. She walks around like she owns the place, too.
Yes, she does.
Rightfully so. She's majoring in biology with a specialization in cell biology, molecular biology, and genetics.
That's amazing. She's going to change the world one day.
Her favorite class this semester, biology of neurodegenerative diseases.
I'll need a class just to say that.
Well, I told her when she said, I said, can you say that a little bit slower this time so I can write that down?
And then she explained that it was the study of Alzheimer's and dementia, and that's kind of the direction she wants to go. I mean, big things for this whole team. I mean, they're extraordinary women.
She walks, and the bases are loaded with 2 away here in the 6th. Ashley Waters made the comment, she said, sometimes when I get frustrated with them, if they make a mistake, I just have to remind myself, she's going to save lives one day. She's going to change the world, all this stuff. And
right.
They had such a great relationship, player and coach. Bases loaded for Emily Gant. Watches strike 1, top half of the zone. What an opportunity for the grad student from Grove City, Ohio. First team all-conference, has a hit in 18 of her last 20 games. Slow ground ball right side, and it's underneath the glove of Fagan, and the first run comes across for the Terriers.
And this is more of what we're expecting to see from BU as they get up at the box, just find a way to put the ball in play on the ground, use their speed, pressure on the defense. This is more the MO that we've seen all season and how they operate as an offense.
They do rule it an error on Fagan. Metz scores from third. It is 6-1, still 2 away, and it's Lauren Nett who singled. She has the lone hit in this game for BU. Chopper left side, and it is at Bennett. She steps up.
Get base runners on, playing small ball, stealing bases, base hits.
I would almost think that would give you, if you're Virginia Tech, you're in their locker room, coaches, players, would give you more confidence to win a game like this rather than to do what you know you can do well, and that's hit the ball over the wall.
Oh yeah, if you come out swinging and able to string things together, that means your entire lineup is performing and engaged and seeing the ball And it's a full team effort, not just one swing off of one person's back.
3-4-5 here as Green hits it high down the left field line, and the catch is made by Kate Pryor out there in left field. There's one away quickly for Lizzie Avery. Kind of up and down for Avery. She came in, walked the leadoff runner, but she got out of a jam with 2 straight strikeouts, gave up a run in the 4th, 2 runs in the 5th, but she's had moments where she's looked really good.
Yeah, she has good stuff. She has good movement. She can change speeds well. But when she falls behind, she's got to bring the ball over the plate, and it's not what you really want to do against the Hokies. And just a little bit of control issues. But you're right. She's got a good repertoire of pitches and very talented.
Threw out the first pitch once at an Oakland A's game. She could also return for one more year if she chose to. Boaz as well. Amy Bailey 1 for 3. Ground out, a fly out, and a single. She was actually cut down going back to first. Oh my goodness. Deep center field and caught at the warning track. That looked like it was going to get out of here in a hurry. I think you thought so too, but it's caught by Kelleher.
Tell you what, that's the second time this game that I thought there was a ball clearly out of here, but maybe the air's a little bit thick today because that was solid off the bat. Great contact. Kelleher in center field holding it down, making these big plays. She didn't think it was out off the bat. No. She knew exactly where to go.
In the dirt, the first pitch to Ritter for ball 1. Couple singles, an RBI, and a run scored as you look at Kelleher out there. Made some good catches in center field. They need the bats, though, from those top 3 in the order to get going in this regional if they don't want to have a quick exit. Top 3, 0 for 8 so far today. That's in there for strike 1. Kelsey Bennett, the only Hokie who doesn't have a base hit today. Tough one here for Ronson, and it's into left field for a base hit. 3 singles now for Ritter.
Ritter just an all-around great hitter. Only 4 strikeouts on the season. And she covers the plate and then has the strength to pull that ball on the outer half of the plate to the left side. Tough play for Ronson at shortstop. Ritter just finding ways to get on base.
Peck watches the first one, ball 1. Audrey Sellers tried to sell that behind the plate, but no dice. Peck was the first batter to face Avery back in the 3rd inning, so this is her 3rd look at her. Runner goes, slap tag, got her. Out at second base. Will they take a look at this? It was Ritter stealing.
Sellers behind the plate comes up with a nice throw, even though the tag is high.
Really close. They are going to review this.
It always makes it difficult when the tag is high behind the runner and the bag's on the other side to see. Virginia Tech they're still aggressive. They're up 6-1 and in the bottom of the 6th inning, and they're putting runners in motion. But Sellers, that was a great job. That's a lot of speed. And Virginia Tech wants the umpires to take a look at it. I think it's the right call.
I think it might be.
I think it is. And as a catcher, you know, I'm a lean towards my catchers.
I think it's the first time I've worked with a catcher. I was wondering, you know, what's your thing going to be? But I think this is it, throwing runners out.
Throwing runners out. Always. And, hey, you got to tip your hat right there to Ronson. Coming across the bag that way and making the throw with the runner coming in. And that's not where she wants to end up to make that play, but she gets over there. But
if this ruling is upheld, it would be the first time all season that Emma Ritter has cut down on the base path. 17 for 17 this year. We await the call from the centralized replay facility in Pittsburgh.
yeah, I think they think it's as close as we do.
Yeah.
It's a tight play.
They have the decision. Runner is out. So the call is upheld. Ritter caught for the first time. Last chance, though, for the Terriers in the 7th. She has to be the focal point of it. Will it be a date with Georgia tomorrow? Are there any surprises today in Athens? First, though, 3 outs away for Molly Jacobson in the circle. Swing and a miss from Deppie S. She's 0 for 2. Strikeout so far. 1-1's outside, ball 2. What can BU take from this game if this result holds? What do you take away from this as a coach and a player?
You're going to learn from it. There's going to be some learning moments defensively, missing the couple plays that they should make, but also their fight. Last inning, they had bases loaded, pushed a run across. In the 6th, they had chances for more, so you got to appreciate that as a coach.
Told us they don't fear losing, they fear not competing. I think they can say they've certainly competed today, but they're hungry for more than just that, I think, as well. Ground ball through the right side for Kate Pryor, and that is hit number 2 of the day for Boston University.
Yeah, they competed today, especially in the later innings, starting to make adjustments, but they have a level of excellence at that program, and they're going to walk away from this game if nothing changes. They're going to be fired up, ready for the next game. I know they'll be itching to get back out here.
It's actually the 3rd hit. They changed an error from last inning on Kelsey Bennett to a base hit. Oh, 0-1 pitch to Amodio. Ball 1. Don't forget, North Carolina Central and Georgia coming up about 30 minutes on ESPN+. Ground ball left side. Back-to-back base hits, 1st and 3rd here in the 7th with just 1 away.
BU's team is a feisty, scrappy team, and they're going to dig, claw their way out of any hole, and it starts with just stringing together a couple base hits, and that's what we're having. They're down to their last 2 outs, but back-to-back hits, getting runners aboard, trying to get that momentum, trying to have a big last inning comeback.
The 9-hole Audrey Sellers has popped out twice to the shortstop. Jacobson trying to get another one here before this lineup turns over. Outside, ball 2.
Now, if I'm the coaching staff at Virginia Tech, you want to see Molly Jacobson come in relief and get quick outs, do her job with a 6-run lead. And she's falling behind, leaving the ball over the plate. And you're going to need more than one arm. I mean, Emma Limley is going to do the majority of the work. She's the workhorse, but she can't do it alone, not in this day and age and the way the game is played and the hitters that we have.
Jacobson, Lindsey Grine, Emma Lemley. Ground ball left side into the netting in front of the Virginia Tech dugout. Still some breathing room, but turn over the top of the order and 3 bats that are as hungry as any right now. Big pitch here, 2-2. Beautiful pitch from Jacobson, just freezes Sellers.
I love that call. I love this pitch, 2-2. Haven't seen the off speed all at bat and doesn't get much better than that. The ball had plenty of movement. And you see Sellers in the box. Way out in front, buckled her knees. And as a pitcher, you'd love to see that.
First strikeout for Jacobson. Trying to finish the job right here. Move him into the winner's bracket tomorrow at 1 Eastern. First pitch strike to Lauren Kelleher. Outside, ball 1. This place is filling up right now of Georgia Bulldog fans and NC Central fans. This can be a fantastic weekend. It's already been a good one so far to start. Saw a fantastic performance from Emma Lemley in the circle. 1-1. That off speed again. A big swing and miss from Kelleher.
That pitch is a difference maker for Molly Jacobson. When that pitch is on, she's a different pitcher. And as a hitter, you don't know what to expect. That is a pretty pitch.
Terriers down to their last pitch, last out. Can Kelleher keep it going? Jacobson. Outside, ball 2.
Jacobson walking towards the dugout, trying to get that pitch called. It does seem like the zone has tightened up a little bit as we've gotten late in this game. Got to step up to the challenge.
Two. Ground ball stabbed at first by Bailey, and that'll do it. Virginia Tech starts off the road to the Women's College World Series with a win.
Whenever I look into your eyes, I find less peace and love for me. You are everything that I have ever wanted. I want to spend every second of my life with you. I don't know if some kind of a magical agreeing with you. So the joy effect that I have turned us away. So did the effect on your smile on me in my life. Baby, you are and will remain mine forever and ever. Whenever I look into your eyes, I find less peace and love for me. are everything that I have ever wanted. I want to spend every second of my life with you. I don't know, it's some kind of a magical if agreeing with you. So the joy effect that I have turned us away. So did the effect on your smile on me in my life. Baby, you are and will remain mine forever and ever. I don't know, it's some kind of a magical if agreeing with you. So the joy effect that I have turned us away. So did the effect on your smile on me in my life. Baby, you are